Most people get this wrong when starting a company in Tanzania. They think it's just about filling a form and getting a certificate. But here's the truth, no one tells you. If you skip even one legal step, your business can get delayed for months, rejected, or worse, shut down after you start operating. And that's exactly what we are going to fix in this video. Because in the next few minutes, you are going to learn how to start a company in Tanzania, the correct legal way in 2026. From choosing your company type, to registration, taxes, bank setup, and permits, everything will be broken down in simple steps that even a complete beginner can follow. And stay with me, because in a minute I'll also show you the most common mistake foreign investors and local entrepreneurs make during registration that silently causes legal problems later. Let's get straight into it. Starting a company in Tanzania begins with understanding the legal system. The main authority responsible for business registration is called BRELA, which stands for Business Registrations and Licensing Agency. This is where every official company in Tanzania is registered. But before you even touch BRELA, you need to make one critical decision. What type of company are you going to register? This is where most people fail at the beginning. They rush into registration without structure. But in Tanzania, your company type determines your taxes, ownership rights, and even how easily you can raise money later. There are 3 main types you should understand. The first is a sole proprietorship. This is the simplest structure. It is owned by one person. It is easy to register, but here's the problem. You and the business are legally the same. That means if the business has debt, you personally are responsible. The second is a partnership. This is when 2 or more people own the business. It is slightly more flexible, but again, liability is shared between partners. And then we have the most important one, the private limited company. This is the structure most serious businesses choose in Tanzania. It creates a separate legal identity from you. That means your personal assets are protected if the company has debts. Now here's where it gets interesting. If you plan to scale your business, bring investors, or work with international clients, a private limited company is almost always the safest option. So let's move forward assuming that structure. The next step is choosing your company name. This sounds simple, but there is strategy behind it. Your company name must be unique and approved by BRELA. You cannot use a name that is already registered or too similar to an existing one. A common mistake people make here is rushing the name approval without checking availability properly. That leads to rejection and delays. So what should you do instead? You should prepare at least 3 to 5 name options before applying. That way, if one is rejected, you immediately move to the next. Now once your name is approved, you move to the actual registration stage. This is done through the BRELA online system called RAS, which stands for Online Registration System. Here is where things start to get more detailed, but stay with me, because I'll simplify everything. You will need to create an account on the BRELA ORS portal. Once you log in, you start a new company registration application. You will be asked for basic details like company name, business type, physical address, and shareholder information. Now here's the part most beginners don't expect. You must define your shareholders and directors clearly. A company in Tanzania needs at least 1 director. Shareholders can be local or foreign depending on your setup. If you are a foreign investor, this becomes even more important. Because Tanzania allows foreign ownership, but certain sectors may have restrictions or additional requirements. And now, let's pause for a second, because this is where most people get confused. They mix up shareholders and directors. A shareholder owns the company. A director manages it. One person can be both, but they are legally different roles. If you mix this up during registration, your documents may need correction later, which can slow everything down. Now after you submit this information, you will also need to upload key documents. These typically include identification documents, passport photos for directors, and company constitution documents. The company constitution is basically your internal rulebook. It explains how your company operates, how decisions are made, and how ownership works. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Many people copy generic constitution templates from the internet. But in Tanzania, this can cause problems later if your business structure becomes more complex. A better approach is to customize it based on your business goals. Even a simple adjustment can save you legal trouble in the future. Once everything is submitted, BRELA reviews your application. If everything is correct, you receive your certificate of incorporation. This is your official proof that your company legally exists. But we are not done yet. Because now you move to the next critical step, which is tax registration. Every company in Tanzania must register with the Tanzania Revenue Authority, also known as TRI. This is where you receive your tax identification number, commonly called TIN. Without a TIN, you cannot operate legally, open a business bank account, or issue official invoices. Now let's break this down simply. You apply for a TIN through TRI either online or at their offices. You provide your company details and incorporation certificate. Once approved, your company is officially recognized for tax purposes. But here's the problem many new entrepreneurs face. They assume tax registration is optional at the beginning. It is not. In Tanzania, it is a mandatory part of company formation. Skipping it can lead to penalties or restrictions on your business operations. Now, after tax registration, the next step is opening a business bank account. This step is important because your company should never operate using a personal bank account. It creates legal and financial confusion. To open a business account in Tanzania, you will need your incorporation certificate, TIN certificate, company constitution, and identification documents for directors. Most major banks in Tanzania offer business accounts, and the process is usually straightforward once your documents are complete. Now here's something important many people overlook. Banks often evaluate the nature of your business before approving the account. That means your business description must be clear and consistent with your registration documents. If there is inconsistency, your application may be delayed. Now let's move to another key area that most beginners ignore until it becomes a problem. Licensing and permits. Depending on your business type, you may need additional licenses from local authorities or sector regulators. For example, if you are opening a restaurant, import business, construction company, or financial service, you will need specific operational licenses. This is where many businesses get stuck. They register their company but forget sector-specific licenses. Then, when they start operating, they face inspections or penalties. So always check what licenses your specific industry requires before launching. Now let's talk about timelines and costs, because this is one of the most searched questions. Company registration in Tanzania can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, depending on document accuracy and government processing time. Costs vary based on company type, legal assistance, and licensing requirements. A simple company costs less, while more complex structures with foreign ownership or special permits cost more. Now here's a practical example. Imagine Alex, an entrepreneur from India, wants to start a trading company in Dar es Salaam. He chooses a private limited company, prepares his documents properly, and uses the BRELA system correctly. Within a short time, he gets his incorporation certificate, registers for taxes, and opens a business account. His setup is smooth because every step was done in order. Now compare that with Jake, who rushed the process. He skipped proper name checks, used a copied constitution, and delayed tax registration. His business gets delayed, and he has to redo multiple steps. This is the difference between doing it right and doing it fast. And now, here is a key insight that most people never hear. The real success of company formation in Tanzania is not just registration. It is compliance. That means keeping your company updated with taxes, filings, and renewals. Many businesses fail, not because they were not registered properly, but because they ignored compliance after registration. So once your company is set up, you must stay consistent with annual requirements and reporting. Now, let's quickly summarize the process so everything is clear. First, choose your company structure. Second, reserve your company name. Third, register through BRELA Dati. Fourth, get your incorporation certificate. Fifth, register for taxes with TRA. Sixth, open a business bank account. And finally, apply for any required licenses. If you follow these steps in order, you avoid most legal problems and delays. And here's the final takeaway. Starting a company in Tanzania is not difficult. but it does require precision. Every step builds on the previous one. If one step is wrong, everything after it becomes harder. So take your time, follow the process, and don't rush important decisions. If you found this guide helpful, like the video, leave a comment with your business idea, and subscribe for more step-by-step global business guides that make complex processes simple and practical.